Welcome group one. I hope you guys are doing well. So this is your reading. Pick a card, situation, action, advice. I've got your cards pre-shuffled and meditated upon today, so we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. I was kind of grappling with the idea of pulling some messages from your person, because usually when people come here, well, obviously the reading is about situation, action, advice, relates to your love life, so probably you have somebody on your mind. So if you do, go ahead and think about that person. What would this person say to the viewer, whoever I'm reading for? Whoever this reading is going to resonate with, Spirit. What does the person on their mind want to say to them if they had no fear and no filter? Group one's person of interest. What would this person say to group one? I'm watching from the outside. We got a watcher. A bunch that just turned over. I did not follow my heart. It's always been you, and I wish I had fought harder for us. Okay? Now for some of you, intuitively, I feel like this person goes back and forth on this energy of I wish I had fought harder for us. I'm not sure why. Maybe I'm getting for some of you, just take what resonates as always in a general reading and forget what doesn't, but I'm getting for some of you that this person feels like, you know, you should have fought harder. And I think that's the rub there. For the majority of you, it is just as it says. I wish I had fought harder for us. And even the one who, you know, thinks that maybe you could have fought harder, they still feel like, you know, they wish they had fought harder, but they're a little bit more ambiguous about it, like they go back and forth on that. So yeah, I'm watching from the outside. I didn't follow my heart, and it's always been you. So let's see how this matches up to what I pulled earlier. So in terms of the situation, the card that come out for you guys is the Queen of Cups. So this is where I feel like the majority of you did fight really hard for this connection, or are doing so presently. The feminine in the connection is in love, or was in love. And if she has any flaw, you know, it is that she needs to be more discriminating, a little bit more careful, you know, in whom she places her trust. But you could be a water sign, have it strong in your chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I find that of my water signs, I get a lot of Scorpios who watch and who I read for, and then in second place is Pisces. I have a little bit of communication issues with Pisces. It's similar to communication issues that I have with Virgo, because they are so sensitive. And so being forewarned is forearmed, guys. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I have a Mercury in Sagittarius, which means I'm very direct and to the point. I've been like characterized or described as being like doctor-like in my approach when I am like really trying to express something that is important to me, and that I think is important if I'm trying to be helpful. So just know that. And then I do get a fair amount of Cancers that I read for. Unfortunately, a lot of those Cancers, again, generally speaking, hashtag not all Cancers, okay, channeling a little bit of Tarot Oracle's channel, but yeah, hashtag not all Cancers tend to be like sidewindy. They are crabs, they walk sideways, and Sagittarius energy is very direct. It's an arrow, so it's like they're trying to always wanting me to dance around the issue, and I'm not always going to do that, although I do take in consideration, you know, their feelings. So with that being said, I have a water moon myself. I can relate in certain ways. Obviously, I am sensitive to your plight, to any communication difficulties, and to the situation at present that we're seeing here. So regardless of your sign, though, this is feminine energy, and I'm just like, energies can be vice versa or flip-flop, so apply it how it resonates. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. All disclaimers out of the way. A compassionate, calm, comforting feminine energy here. This is the situation. So if this is you, you know, whoever this is, this Queen of Cups is instinctively understands the emotions of other people. Now, whether she can communicate that in a way that they are receptive to is a different story. But sometimes, you know, she can, and it doesn't matter, because the bottom line here is that she just instinctively understands the emotions that are happening in this connection. She's got good intuition, and she's usually very kind-hearted, okay? So if you guys are in a relationship, or even if you're not, it's like this is what you want, a deeply romantic, you know, sensual relationship, when you can just, you know, lavish your partner with love, because that is her first priority, her desire It was that big cup of love. Cups stand for emotions. She's got a big one. She's got a big emotions. A big heart on, so to speak, for this love relationship. And, or this can be past energy, like I said. But it is what it is here. So, maybe just needing to be a little bit more discriminating in relationships in general, but basically showing that there is a lot of love in the connection on both sides, and particularly on the side of the feminine. And it's also a good omen if you wanted to or want to have children. So that's coming through as well. So she is not someone that has trouble following her heart usually. Okay. If it's a masculine this is representing, they do have tendency to have trouble following their heart because the ego is cultivated in most societies, most modern or whatever civilized society. So that's the issue there. So what is the outcome? We're just jumping to it. The big message from Spirit. Spirit wants you to know where's this headed. We've got the Three of Pentacles. This is the vice versa deck, by the way. It's a cool deck. Haven't used it in a while, so I thought I'd use it today. Got the guy on the back holding his box, looking on. It's interesting. I just noticed that he has, looks like a heart, but maybe it's a rose. What is that? Looks like some kind of a weird vase, and then there's like a rose coming out of it. Interesting. I was guided to turn that over. I don't have this deck memorized. I like to memorize all my materials, but I don't have this one memorized. So I'm gonna have to make mental note of that. But I think there's even like a picture of a lady on there, but on the box he's holding. So the outcome looks pretty good. When we've got Pentacles energy in a love reading, generally it means that it's going to be, like the card's going to be heavily influenced by whatever's on either side of it. But it's generally a positive card. It does show that there's teamwork and collaboration here, building something together, working as a team. So this is a card about different people. So we've got like a Freemason. Is it a Freemason? We've got a mason, somebody that works with rock, stone, marble, whatever. Somebody's building here, and then we've got this priest on the side overlooking. This guy on the side presumably is also watching. He looks like a rich guy. Maybe he's the one that commissioned this work. His name is going to be on the plaque that says, this is such and such's cathedral. But this shows working for a common cause, and different people, you know, with varying skill sets, you know, working together for a common cause. So it also shows that something new is being created, right? Because he's building something, so that means something new is being created. So if you need a new or want a new start in this connection, it can bode well for that. If you want to do something new or try something new within the connection, or for something to change, this indicates that as well. And it does show that, you know, when you are working together, the big message from Spirit is collaboration is best, working as a team, honoring each other's differences. Not everybody has to be the same, just like complimenting each other while remaining authentic to yourself. It's going to be key to building something in this connection. So it's about both contributing their talents to it, and then you can create something new. So if you guys are already in a relationship with your person of interest, then it's saying that this is, you know, the relationship, things are going to go well, they're going to keep going well, or they're going to start going well. And it can even mean a proposal for a few of you, like an actual proposal, which is probably why I saw him holding something. It looks like it's got a lady on the side, and then there's a rose there, which you typically, you know, in proposals, there's typically an offering of some kind, right? It can be a ring, but it can also be like a ring and a rose as well, or something like that. So that'll be true for some of you. And if this is a difficult connection, this can mean there is a third party waiting in the wings, or in general it's a third party situationship, which I assume you would know if that was the case, because see how he's kind of off there looking, and these two are together, and he's like off in the wings, watching from the outside, so to speak. So maybe you're in a relationship, or maybe the third party is, you know, homework or money. Maybe you guys work together or go to school together, and they watch you, you know, from across the room, or from their department, or whatever the case may be, and whether you notice that or not. But just apply it how it resonates. So what is the advice from Spirit on this? We've got Four of Cups. So more water energy so far. It's been water and earth. So essentially this is saying, like, if you find yourself, I'm sorry, there's a gnat bothering me, because of course there is. There hasn't been a gnat all day, but now I'm recording, there's a little gnat wanting to fly around. I think I got it. Sorry guys, it's saying that because water energy, regardless of sign, whoever this is representing, is someone that tends to get deep within themselves. So if you find yourself getting too deep inside yourself, you know, just know that you may be ignoring the gifts that are already around you. And so the suggestion here, the advice is to make a gratitude list every day for a week at least, and then you'll see your life transform. And after you see that, because the proof is in the pudding, you know, anything that I say on this channel, simply apply it with an open mind and intend to get the most out of it, and you absolutely will. And then that's all she wrote, and you're a convert, so to speak. Not that I'm trying to convert, but you know what I'm saying. To make it easy, let's just say that, you know, the proof, again, like I said, is in the pudding. So this is saying to make a gratitude list or something like that, because there's a lack of appreciation here. This will help you to transform your life. There's this book called 28 Gifts. It's based on a true story of this woman with MS and how her life was just going to hell in a handbasket real fast. And then this medicine woman recommend that she do basically like a gratitude list, but more than that, it's giving a small gift of some kind every day, and then she watch her life transform, because that's a demonstration of gratitude, right? It's living from the end, living from the place of wish fulfillment, having what you already have. If you have enough to give, that means you have enough, right? So that's essentially what that's about. So I do recommend that. It's coming through for some reason. I haven't thought about that book in a while, a long time, probably. A client, one of my massage clients back in the day, who would come to me for the massage, I was an excellent massage therapist, award-winning massage therapist, but also, like I said before on my channel, they would come to talk to me as well. And she was one of those, very, very nervous, school teacher for like 30 years. And but she told me that, you know, I should read that book, because that woman, I think her name was, the medicine woman in the book's name, Mbali. And she's like, you are my Mbali. I'm like, oh shoot. It's a super high compliment, because all I'm doing is being myself, you know, doing my job. But my point is, you know, this is my channel, and I'll talk about myself, and I'll tell you my stories if I want to. But essentially, this is just to make the point that pay attention to the little things that are going right in your life, because apparently there are some, and somebody needs to hear this, that, you know, taking things for granted is never a good thing. So you know, this energy here, and it can apply to your person. If you feel like your person is being this way, then this is like validation. Yeah, they're being this way. They really need to be more grateful and stop taking you or things for granted. But I'm not talking to them. They're not watching this, as far as I know. So this is a message for you as well. So you can take it if you want. Take what applies. But you know, this generally though, if this is you or if this is your person, it's not a mean energy. It's more like this person on the card, we'll just put it that way, you know, could miss out on a lot of blessings, and even more blessings, because acknowledgement of blessings perpetuates or creates more blessings. So missing out on blessings, and as a result of this, you know, could succumb to apathy, which is just basically emotional disconnectedness. Or maybe this is what you're already seeing with your person too. So we do have some cards that I'm gonna I've got 3 more cards, basically clarifiers, that I'm going to read over in the extended. So the links for the extended will be down below. Thanks to those of you who regularly watch my extendeds and who get private readings. If you'd like a private reading, my contact information is in the description box. But this also goes along with, you know, I wish I had fought harder for you. Okay, so this person took the situation for granted, apparently. Spirit, tell us more about this situation for group 1. Calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. We've got keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So like the card says, it's basically manifest what you want in the situation. You've got a lot of love to give. An open heart is easier to manifest with than a closed heart, because the heart's energy field is like way bigger than the mind's energy field, and it's where the soul dwells, more or less. So it's like, if you've got a lot of that and you're open and receptive to that flow, you get into the flow easier. Love is the vibration of having, regardless of you know, what you're trying to have. So this is saying, like, yeah, go ahead and manifest the situation that you want. Call in your soulmate. If you feel this person's your soulmate, call them in. There is absolutely zero, zilch, nothing wrong with that. There is a version of them that already exists in quantum reality anyway, to get technical for those that apparently need that. They exist anyway, that person that wants to be with you, that version that wants to treat you well. So, and if you want to, like, call in somebody else, call in somebody else. But your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So if you're doing that, that's validation to keep it up. It's working. You are calling in your soulmate. Your person could be calling you in without realizing it, or maybe they are realizing it. Got inner child. So pay attention to your inner child's needs. I feel like this has to do with your person more so, because somebody that, I mean, this is a card of somebody, like I've seen this depicted in other decks of, you know, like a little kid refusing a toy or something. It's not good enough. Or I've seen like memes where it shows the guy in the card and he's got his arms crossed, and the thought bubble or the word bubble is saying, you know, no, I wanted a double frappuccino latte with, you know, with caramel drizzle, not chocolate drizzle. Like, just being petty and small and like stubborn and like not wanting to make the most of a situation, right? Just being a brat, basically. And whoever this is, it's saying, you know, that this new opportunity that we see coming in with that Three of Pentacles, this opportunity to create something new and to build on the connection, it's coming on the heels of, or as a result of, this inner child work, and inner child work that needs to take place. And it could be just describing to you why this energy is that way, if it's your person or if it's you, however you resonate. Because sometimes when we feel neglected, unloved, unwanted, it's because we are neglecting and unloving, or not loving rather, and not wanting ourselves. So it all stems from self-concept, and what we believe about, you know, we bring about. So you attract or align with is the more specific, more correct way of putting it. But, you know, just for the general people who are watching, who are barely keeping up with me right now, we attract what we are, not necessarily what we want, right? And so this is saying, in order to call in the soulmate, in order to receive the soulmate, there's some inner child work that needs to be done. So how do you do that? You remember things that you used to love as a child, and you participate and play in those things, like favorite movies, favorite songs. She's got a teddy bear on the card, favorite items. It's making peace with your childhood, but it's also acknowledging that no matter how old you get, you can be 175, right? Bottom line, there's still an inner child that lives within you. That's always going to be part of your character, and she or he needs attention. So even like doing inner conversations with your inner child, talking to your inner child the way that you needed to be talked to as a child, but were not, you know, giving your inner child what it needed that it didn't, that it's done in its growth. And maybe keeping that in mind when dealing with your person, you know, if you feel like this is more them as well. But we're always thinking, aka having inner conversations, and your inner child is listening. Say nice things to it, love it, and appreciate it. They say that when the inner child is healed, the adult will appear, and we see an energy here that's not behaving like an adult. So inner child work is implicated, and so that's important. And I think, is there anything, I'm going to get you an affirmation as well. Over the extended, I'll use my little Island Time Wellness cards to tell you what you can do to manifest. Usually has some pretty helpful pointers to point you in the right direction on being proactive in your love life. So what affirmation can we give group one to help them in the situation? What do their guides want to say? What do the universe want group one to say as affirmation? I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become reality. Yeah, some of you are doubting Thomases. That's okay. We all go through that phase until we actually apply it. And then we see that I got the power, okay? You got the power. So I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become reality. That's what I've got for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the reading, got something out of it. Feel free to choose another group or check out a playlist down below for a different reading as well. And please hit the like button and subscribe. That really does support the channel and keep it going. The extended will be over on Patreon. I might put it over on Gumroad. I don't know yet. As well, and we're going to do this, a clarifier for each of these cards. Again, situation, action, outcome for your situation, and then we're going to use the Island Time Wellness cards to see what advice that they have, and get some more messages too. Welcome, Group 2. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in to your reading. So put away the Oracle cards from Group 1 because we're going to need those again in a moment when I pull them for you. So we're going to start off with some messages from your person. Let's go ahead and think about your person, the one that came to reading 4. Never mind the fluff and fuzz we've got going on here. This is a situation, outcome, and advice reading. So basically, it's like a straight to the point kind of thing, I think. You know, I do this for my paying clients, not my job, on the regular. And I thought, you know, why not do it for my channel? And this is typically how it goes when I'm doing my regular clients. If we're just doing like a general kind of reading or anything like that, wanting to get down to brass tacks, get down to the bottom line. We just look at the situation. We look at the outcome, our big message from Spirit, and the outcome is basically future outcome. And then the advice. I'll pull some Oracle cards as well. Are you thinking about your person of interest? If you have a person of interest, if not, you can skip this part. This can be from your future person of interest, or even a past person. You know, it's a general reading. Have fun with it. Try not to take it too seriously. Just take what you can use and forget the rest. For those who have tuned in for Group 2, whoever I'm reading for, or their person of interest, the person on their mind, say to them if they had no filter. I'm trying to become a better person. I dream of being reckless. So it's like this person just dreaming, like the card says, of being reckless, throwing caution to the wind. That means there's some sort of risk involved, where this person is trying perhaps to behave themselves in a certain situation, in the situation with you or in another situation, and they're letting you know that what they would really like to do is be, you know, carefree, be reckless, okay? So if you guys are not together, then it's like being reckless by taking a chance on reaching out to you maybe, or something like that. Meanwhile, they're trying, see, this is what it's talking about, like trying to behave themselves, trying to become a better person, but then like saying that they're still tempted to, you know, do something risky here. What else would Group 2's person say if they had no filter? I'm watching from the outside. Group 1 got several cards. I'm going to get you a couple more. This did come out in Group 1, so you might be able to watch that one as well. I still feel jealous over you. So maybe whatever they're seeing, however they're watching you, social media or otherwise, and maybe they're seeing something that's making them jealous, or maybe they're just jealous in general here. The longing eats away at me. So there's this feeling of longing for you, missing you, wanting something more with you that they're not getting, or else they wouldn't be longing. And then we've got no one knows they still think about you. So it's quite likely that you have no clue that this person feels this way or thinks about you still, or that others don't. So try to hide it. So let's see what comes out in your cards. Got your tarot cards pre-shuffled and meditated upon this week. That's how we're doing it. And so the situation that we got is the Ten of Cups. It's a really fabulous situation. This could be past energy, it could be future energy. How do you know the difference? I don't know. Did you ever have a Ten of Cups relationship with this person? Okay. What is Ten of Cups situation? It's peace, it's contentment, emotional fulfillment, being happy in love. It's a relationship, it's family. So it could be all of those things or just some of those things. This could have been the desire as well. But mostly it is about feeling like, you know what the Ten of Cups is? It's a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Look it up if you don't know it. I see, trees of green and clouds of white. It's about appreciating everything and feeling loved. It's 10 cups of love here. It's divine love. It's an ocean of love. You know, water is, you know, a signifier of emotion, of feelings. And you guys have 10 cups of feelings, which is the most that you can have, you know, in the tarot cards, at least in the minor arcana. So this is what we've got here. So this can be your present situation, whether together or not. To me, it feels like you must be together. Maybe this is indicating future energies as well, but the situation is there's love between the two of you. Yeah. Somebody could be in a relationship, if not with each other, then with someone else. Just putting that out there as well because of the nature of the card. But this is your situation with this person. So it is talking about emotional fulfillment, and it does have some sort of relation, a correlation to family, friends, and loved ones. And we see getting along in a celebration here as well. So what is the outcome or big message from Spirit? Skipping ahead, we've got the Eight of Swords. So that puts a break on things. So you guys fell in love, and then somebody freaked out. Maybe you both freaked out. Maybe you fell in love and found out this person had a family already, or was already living with someone or in a relationship, or vice versa. Essentially, bottom line, we're seeing being in love, and then we're seeing this future outcome as a present energies of Eight of Swords, which is self-victimization, feeling trapped and powerless, maybe trapped in a loveless situation, or trapped, you know, amongst, you know, within a family situation. Essentially, though, these are, you know, what's important to note with the Eight of Swords is that no one is really trapped here. You know, these are feelings that are caused by a belief in one's own victimization. Whatever you believe in will be. Somebody believes in their own victimization, so it could be that your person's watching you from the outside, trying to behave themselves, you know, in this Ten of Cups situation, but really they dream of being reckless. To them, being reckless would be getting out of their self-appointed prison. Some kind of prison here. So it does just begs the question, does someone feel trapped, you know, in a relationship, a living situation, or a family situation? You guys could be happy and love together, but be living with roommates or family, and it sucks. I mean, it could be something like that as well. So this is feeling like someone is trying to make the most of a situation. But if by trying to make the most of a situation, you have to be in an energy of anxiety, if it's costing you your peace of mind, that's too high of a price. It's always going to be too high of a price. There is no justification for the Eight of Swords energy at the end of the day. So this could even be based in scarcity thinking, you know. If you think that you can't do any better, or if they think they can't do any better, you know, this is a formula for selling yourself short. You know, so you have to be careful. You never have to feel this way. Okay, love is not a justification for feeling this way. Family isn't a justification for feeling this way. You know, settling is just settling is just as much a barrier to intimacy as being fickle with the grass is greener or always greener on the other side mentality. Like, they're both barriers to intimacy. They're just, you know, two ends of the spectrum. So if you settle for someone, then there's always this get out of jail free card, right? There's always this escape hatch of saying, well, you know, I didn't truly get wounded or hurt. My heart didn't truly get devastated or broken because I was never fully intimate because I settled and I never felt the same, or it wasn't my ideal situation anyway, right? That's the excuse there. And if it's you know, somebody that's always just like looking for the grass is greener, you know, always looking for something better, then that's another block to intimacy, right? It's not that they really believe that they don't have good enough. It's just that they're making excuses. So this is this energy of that. More on the end, obviously, of scarcity thinking. So, you know, even if somebody's only doing this in their mind, this is still an important energy to address, because your mind creates your reality. So whoever feels trapped, you know, whether they're actually free physically or not, they need to shake, you know, they need to shake the bars, they need to shake the swords that are creating a barrier here. They need to shake those bars, because, you know, that door, that imagined door or actual door that's keeping them from true intimacy, true connection, or what they really deserve, keeping them from feeling this way anyways, that door just might easily open. Could be a learned helplessness, right? So at the very least, take the blindfold off. So some of you need to hear this, because Spirit is coming through with it strongly, and your person's not watching, you are. Yes, it can be validation of what you thought or an explanation for their behavior, but somebody needs to hear this as well. Okay? Some part of that, take it how it resonates. If, you know, it feels good, go with it. And if it resonates, go with it. And yeah, take the blindfold off here is what this is saying. So what is the advice? 5 of Pentacles in reverse. We've got water, swords, and earth energy. Swords is air. So regardless of signs, though, I'm going to just turn that up right so it's easier to look at. But that's 5 of Pentacles. This deck is the vice versa deck, I believe. Had it for a while. Like this deck, need to use more often. With it, it's saying, what is your advice? Recover. Take some alone time. You need some alone time. However you can get away from this 8 of Swords energy, that's what you need to do. Even if this isn't on your end, there's something about like all of this emotion, right? Because the 10 of Cups is a happy card, but cups symbolize emotions, and we have both good and bad emotions, and it's right next to a bad emotion card. So it's like you could have just an abundance of anxiety about this situation or your love life in general or whatever this is indicating. So this is saying to recover, take some alone time. If you're still with your person, scrape up some money, put it on the credit card to go to a hotel for the weekend, to get away from a bad living situation, go out of town for a trip to get away from bad family situations, or like whatever it is, interfering relatives, who knows. It's about getting that alone time, though. But only be alone, like include your person in your alone time if they're the kind of person that, you know, you can have a nice comfortable silence with, right? Not somebody who's going to put demands on you, because whoever this 8 of Swords is, they need some breathing room. They need to feel free and unencumbered. And so this is what it's telling you to do. Now, to recover from scarcity thinking, you're just going to need some alone time, some space. And when you do that, that scarcity thinking will fade away, because what you put your attention on is magnified, and what you take your attention away from, it fades away. Kind of like, you know, that Pixar movie with the little emotions. And I love that freaking movie. I think like all adults and children should watch it, but adults too, because emotional intelligence is too scarce in society. But there's an imaginary friend, ping pong, and when they, yeah, ping pong, I think is his name, something like that, bing bong. And he's around, but eventually a child forgets about him, and you see him disintegrate, right? It's kind of a sad moment, but that is how it is when something unwanted is deprived of your attention. So it disappears. So to make something unwanted in the situation disappear, you need to distract yourself in a positive way. You need to take your focus off of that so it will fade away. And, you know, also it's asking you to see the chances that are around you, because the 5 of Pentacles is about somebody who is not taking the chances or making the most of their resources to get help. Maybe it's due to pride or something else, but this is saying, you know, there are chances around you that you can use to improve how you feel and your situation. And, you know, then you can begin to recover from whatever this 8 of Swords energy is. And again, energies can be interchangeable or vice versa. This could be an explanation of what your person's going through. But take it how it resonates, you know? I always say, the disclaimers for those that are new to my channel or just don't know. So with that being said, I'm going to save the remainder of the cards. We've got clarifiers for each of these cards, and I will read those over in the extended, and the links for those will be down below. But I am going to get you a Romance Angels card and a Healing with the Fairies card, as well as an affirmation, and that will be your reading. If the reading is resonating, please hit the like button and subscribe. Comments are still turned off to avoid spammers. I don't have time to be patrolling my comment section for spammers right now. But if you want to get into contact with me, order a personal reading, my contact information is below. Thanks to my patrons and those who get personal readings and extendeds. Appreciate it. It does help to keep the channel going. But if all you do is like and subscribe, it's very helpful and appreciated as well. So tell us more about this situation, please, Spirit, for group 2, for whoever this reading is for. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Nice. Saying stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring romance. So definitely stay positive. This connection is moving up to the next level. I knew that 10 of Cups wasn't there for no reason. You certainly don't want to throw a wrench in the universe's happy plan for you by letting your worries be excessive. And if your person's being a worrywart, maybe this is why they're worrying about how to propose to you or how to take this to the next level. Like whatever level you are with your person of interest, it's going to the next level. And some of you are literally going to get that ring, because I'm really drawn to, you know, he's putting a ring on her hand. And it does remind me of a male friend of mine that I know, who, when he proposed to his long-term girlfriend, they were just sitting in the park and they were holding hands, and he was fiddling with her fingers, and they were just, you know, the way that couples do, fiddle with each other's fingers. And he slipped the ring on her finger, the engagement ring. She didn't even notice it for a couple minutes. And then she's like, oh, you know, wow. So that, I feel like that could be happening for some of you. I'm excited for you. But either way, this is telling you, you know, stop worrying. You guys love each other, and this is going to move up to the next level. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Worry is a waste of imagination, but I know that it's hard for people to get over doing that sometimes. But it doesn't mean that it is the death knell to your manifestations or for you to get what you want. I think people fear that once they realize their thoughts create, that they worry about all the worry that they've been experiencing. But you can channel that energy by really intently affirming and visualizing in those moments of worry. Use that emotion to manifest what you want. We've got family harmony. Okay. We've got new opportunity at the back of the deck. It's safe for you to climb through that new window of opportunity. So if you have children with this person, if you want to have a child with this person, however, I was talking about some sort of family implications to this connection or to your love life. This is saying family harmony is occurring. There is a healing within family relationships that is going to positively affect the connection. So I'm going to read from the book on this, because this isn't a card that I have memorized. Like, I have a lot of my materials memorized, but not this one. It says your relationships with family members are healing as you hold loving thoughts and feelings about the souls involved, including yourself. You experience genuine harmony within your family. Every person in your life is affected by your beliefs and expectations, including your family members. And by drawing this card, you are counseled to hold positive and loving thoughts about anyone who has seemed to irritate or hurt you. The more loving energy you send to each person, the more love will be redirected back to you. Have patience. You're beginning to feel a great healing occurring in your family relationships. The fairies ask you to think of 3 reasons why you're grateful for each member of your family. If one person seems to particularly frustrate you, think of 5 reasons why that person is worthy of love. Send blessings and prayers to that person, and your relationship will show immediate signs of improvement. Affirmation: I see the goodness within each member of my family. My family life is harmonious and filled with love and joy. So you know, take it how it resonates. This could be talking about your nuclear family, the family you came from. It could talk about your friendship circles, your friendship circle, your roommates, people that you consider, you know, close to you and family-like to you. That's your advice with that. So I'm going to get you an affirmation, another affirmation too. Your affirmation, Spirit, for for group 2 regarding this reading, please? What can they do to help them in their love lives, please? Yeah, you might not believe this. I think, yeah, this came out in group 1 as well. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become reality. So there's a need for trust. And so I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith is the opposite of worry, so it's the highlighting, yes, have faith, that's enough to allow your vision to become reality. So I'm going to take it over to the extended, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit that like button and subscribe, and see you in the extended. Welcome group 3. Thanks for tuning into your reading. Hope you guys are doing well. So we've got your cards pre-shuffled today. That's how we're doing it. I meditated on those, and now I'm going to start the reading with some messages from your person. So go ahead and think about your person, and we'll see what they have to say to you. If they had no fear, no filter, what would they say? Spirit, for whoever tuned in to group 3, whoever this reading is for, what would their person of interest say if they had no fear and no filter? Don't give up on us. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Oops. Past life connection. Also known as other life connection, right? Because when you understand about the quantum universe and parallel realities, realities, and you know that time is an illusion, you know that whatever life we are living or are going to live is occurring right now. We're just not tuned into that radio frequency. It's not a radio frequency, but that's basically what it is, that radio station. So your person is saying they believe this is a past life connection. If we want to get real generic, we can say they feel like it's a deeper or spiritual connection, but they're specifically saying a past life connection. So I might have to get a card from the past life deck to see what that's about, what your person is associating this with or to, and what life they think that they had with you. Excuse me. I've made my bed and now I have to lie in it. So this person has done something, for which they feel like you have given up or are going to give up. And they're unhappy with the way things are. Whatever bed they're lying in. This one's peeking out, so I'll take it. I'm a different person than you remember, so you could actually be here for someone that you haven't been close to for a while, maybe somebody from your past. Even if not, they're saying they're a different person than you remember. Let's get one more. You're my soulmate. Back of the deck, I'm coming. So this person's coming. They figure you're a soulmate, you're their soulmate, the soulmate, maybe. They all have more than one soulmate, but generally speaking, sorry for the dust, guys. I'm gonna keep saying that until I move. Got a lot of dust. But what I was saying is, a lot of people think of a soulmate as like the one, right? So even though we have a lot of different soulmates, family, friends, strangers on the street, we're all connected. They're saying like you're the one. So what past life does group 3's person believe that they had with group 3? What do they mean by we have a past life connection, spirit? Got finances, scribe or writer, and arts. So it's saying like pretty self-explanatory. Maybe you guys were artists together in the same group or band, same sect. Maybe one of you was the financer. You know how they did that in the old days, where they sponsored people. They sponsored artists, like a producer, a sponsor, a benefactor with the finances here. And with the scribe or writer, somebody could have been author or writer. And I'm also getting like biblically speaking, like a what do you call it? Not a patron at a church, but a churchgoer who gave money to the church, but gave money specifically to the scribe or the translator or the transcriber, right? The one in charge of like the knowledge and the saving of that knowledge in text. And then we've got the arts. So, songwriter. So you guys wrote songs together. One of you, financed the other one. There was an exchange of money related to the arts. Feeling like Pat Benatar and her husband, they're both Capricorns. Maybe somebody's a Capricorn. Have it strong in their chart of those traits here. They are, I don't know if they still are, but they were both musicians, and then they came together and started writing songs together, and I don't know why, but and they've been married for like 40 years, so maybe you guys were married, but you definitely worked together, and it had something to do with the arts, writing specifically, or music. It's what they believe. So maybe you guys communicate through music, maybe you have similar tastes in music, or even if you have opposite tastes in music, there's some sort of familiarity that they feel related to text, language, writing, like lyrics, music, stuff like that. And finances. Interesting. So now that you've gotten that extra card, hopefully I can stay on time, because time is money. And more importantly, I only have so much energy, and reading is energy work, guys. It's energy work. So I must like doing it, and I keep doing it for you guys. So with it being said, let's get into it. This is a reading of situation, outcome, so it's future outcome or big message from spirit, and advice. Then we're gonna go over to the extended and get clarifiers on all of those. Let me get you over here, Romance Angels card, Healing with the Fairies, and an affirmation you can say to help your situation as well. Allergies starting to act up with all this dust. It's no wonder. So the first card we got for you guys was the Three of Pentacles. So this came out in group 1, so you might be able to watch group 1 as well. And I'm not sure how similar the readings are. We'll find out. So with that, Three Pentacles, Earth sign energy. So this goes to what I was saying. We saw what came out from the past life deck. It was more or less saying you guys had some sort of money correlation, right? We've got pentacles here. It's that old money too. I don't know, like, are those Roman, Celtic coins? I don't know. But then we've got it here. So just more validation of that narrative, that you guys have some sort of work or study connection, church connection perhaps, with this being a church or a cathedral on the card. So maybe you guys met in the workplace or at school. Maybe it just feels that way, and maybe you didn't, but there's some sort of connection like that because you have this other life together. So it shows a team, building something together. Is it a third-party situation? Might be a third-party situation for some. Or if you are together, somebody could be waiting in the wings. Maybe you're with someone, they're waiting in the wings for you, or vice versa. Energies can be interchangeable, so apply it how it resonates. Just take what applies and let the rest fly. It's a general reading. But yeah, it could be third party. Just basically though, people of different kinds, with different skill sets contributing to a greater cause. That's what it feels like to your person. And maybe that's what it feels like to you as well. That's the situation, like working together, whether technically or not, to make progress. So maybe you're working on the connection. Maybe you're trying to create something new. He's a builder. When you build something, you're usually creating something new, right? New construction. Somebody, a construction worker. He's a mason. He's an artist, basically. He's a sculptor. He's a builder. It's its own kind of artistry. So what's the outcome or big message from Spirit? Spirit wants the viewer to know. We've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is the mini Emperor in reverse. I'm going to turn it up right so it's easier to see. So there's that money, material connection again here. So what this is saying is that being conservative can be good. So either you're very conservative, you're trying to build your finances, your career, your home, something here, building the connection, or your person is doing that. It could be one of those things or some combination of those things. And it's saying like this can be good unless it turns into greed, okay? Something about holding on too tight or greed, control. You know, it could be a fear of loss that can lead to a fixation. So maybe you guys are together in a relationship, but you sense somebody's waiting in the wings, or they sense that somebody's waiting in the wings for you. Even if you're not together, it's like there is a real energy of instability here. So if your person is with someone else, then there's instability within that connection. Generally, though, it's a fear of loss that can lead to a fixation. Maybe you're fixated on this person. You don't be watching fitty-milly, you know, pick a card readings and getting fitty-milly, you know, readings either. We've got some like these people exist, not saying that you're one of them, but psychic hoppers. I've been noticing that. People that want you to hold their hand through every phase of their interaction or connection. I saw so-and-so at work today, what did they think? And then the next day I saw them in the parking lot, what did they think? It's like, well, you're being a little fixated, and that's emitting the energy of lack, right? So if you're in the energy of lack, you're going to attract more things to feel that way about, and you don't want that. You want to feel happy, secure, and abundant within a connection. I understand that everyone has weak moments, but this is saying that somebody here could be fixated. Maybe it's your person fixated on you. I don't know. We'll see what else comes out. But at least some of you, it's going to be you, and you know it, okay? So what is the basis for trying to maintain such tight control if that's the case? Maybe you're afraid that if you relinquish control, if you don't keep your eye on this person every single moment, or if you're not constantly working with this person or for this connection, or towards your money, if this is related to home, family, or money, that something is going to just spin out of control and you're not going to be able to handle it. I assure you, you can handle it, right? So some conservatism is good unless it turns into a fixation or greed. So whoever this is, you know, this is probably the financier or the producer in the past life, right? The other reality. But whoever this is, this can be an emotionally avoidant person, okay? So that could be who you're dealing with. It's, you know, it starts off really great, you know? It starts off really great, and then they become ever more stingy as time goes on, sometimes within a very short period of time. And they become more and more stingy with amounts of intimacy they're giving to you, you know, and it just keeps creating more and more distance. And just know that this is the type of person that you can't love better if this sounds like your person. If it sounds like you, then, you know, I would suggest the appropriate professional, and that's, I mean, I tell everybody pretty much to get therapy. If you are alive today, there is no reason why you shouldn't be getting some sort of help with regard to, you know, sorting yourself out, keeping yourself on the right path, because I believe that we should love ourselves and do what we need for ourselves. But if this is your person, you know, I'm not talking to them, so I can't tell them to do that. All I can say is that this is, you know, an explanation from Spirit perhaps to you to help you understand or to validate your suspicions or what you're going through, to let you know that, I mean, this is the energy of, let you know that you're not crazy, because this is crazy making energy here, okay? This is somebody that it's just, you guys are soulmates. This person knows you're their soulmate, okay? They know it so much they believe that you guys have a past life connection. For some of you, that, you know, your person, whether they would say that, admit it or not, it's coming through here. They absolutely think along those lines. So, so it was probably beautiful, and you guys were working together beautifully. Your personality is complicated, well, maybe complicated. This is a complicated reading so far. But your personalities complemented one another. Your skills that you brought to the table complemented one another. See, this is you. Okay, just for example. And he's the financier. That's wild to me. He is the one, like the rich dude at the church, who is paying for this work to be done. So he and the monk or priest, whoever this is telling him what to do, and he's doing it. He's employed by him on behalf of him. Interesting. what I was gonna say is you guys can start off like this, like collaborating, working well together, on the same page, you know, spending time together, things were going well, building something together, and then suddenly he's off in the corner, like got a shady kind of look on his face, like what is he doing over there? You know, what has he got in that box? Why has he got a rose that symbolizes love and passion, but he's got it over there? Why is he over there? Because this type of person can only tolerate so much intimacy at one time, right? So, and they're likely the type of person that keeps coming back, or they stick around for some reason, and you're like banging your head against the wall, some of you, because it's like, why are you sticking around? Do you want me or don't you? Are you committed to us or aren't you? Do you want to deepen this connection or don't you? Like, how come it's so deep sometimes we feel so intimately connected, and other times you're like an ice king? Like, I don't get it, right? It's pretty painful stuff. So it's just because this person, whoever this energy is, they can only handle small amounts of intimacy before creating distance, and you know, they don't come around easily. So it's not something that you can fix unless you believe that you can, and you're a good manifester, which I know not everybody that comes to the channel wants to learn about that, or cares that much in some sense or some cases. So this is what we're seeing, present energies. This is a snapshot here. And this is someone, also though, I want to just feel like letting you guys know, and this won't be for everybody maybe, but I have to say it because I'm getting it, that this could be someone who negs you, like to prove to themselves that, see, love is a pain and it's not worth it. So somebody that says, who engages in little cruelties, to push your buttons on purpose, to say or do things, deliberately bait you and hurt your feelings, step on your toes on purpose. They're doing that whether consciously or unconsciously. Maybe I think they know that they're doing that, but unconsciously the motive is to create distance and maintain a certain distance, right? I really hate that sort of energy. But it's to prove to themselves, see, this might be my soulmate, but it's not worth it. Love's a pain. It's a joke. It's a fraud, or whatever kind of lie they're telling themselves to make it okay that they want to stay in this Four of Pentacles energy, right? So also this is meaning, there's a lot of meanings with this Four of Pentacles, so just take the ones that resonate. You know, another take on that is objectification, not seeing the person as a real person, but as something that needs to be acquired, like a possession. So, just know that that usually doesn't end well. Yeah, okay. And also just basically money could be a source of friction between you as well. Yeah, status issues, or if you're in a relationship, money issues. So, you know, somebody, like one person controls the purse strings or wants to, and it's not fair to the other in some way, something like that. So just watch out for, you know, possessive behavior here, and if your person of interest becomes more distant and remote, the advice with this is just to let them go, because it's really not you in this case, it actually is them. And letting them go doesn't mean, oh, it's over forever, and you put your hand on your forehead and faint from the despair. No, it means letting go of resistance, because why make yourself suffer? It's like pushing against the ground with all your might, trying to move the earth. There's no point in doing that. It's the earth. I mean, it's an immovable object, right? If it wants to nurture you and bear fruits to you, then, and if that's what it's going to do, that's what it's going to do. But pushing against it with all your might to move it isn't going to do anything. In this energy, right? And in any energy, even if you're talking about manifesting, if you're trying to force something, it's not going to happen. You need to intend something and then have faith to allow it to happen, give it space and room to breathe. So that's what's necessary. For that fire to burn, it needs space. It needs air, it needs space. You can't have a fire in a vacuum. You can't have fire in an airless, tight situation. And it's funny that he's going to burn himself. He's his own worst enemy, careless with his senses, too focused on, you know, the wrong things. So meanwhile, his robe looks like it's about to catch fire. So anyways, pretty symbolic. What is the advice from Spirit for you on this? We got the Eight of Wands in reverse. This is the other side. So this is the happy, happy, joy, joy side, right? A little bit. We want to see it in the upright when we see it. Instead, it wanted to come out in reverse on the dark side. I think it gets better in the extended, guys. I don't want you to think it's all doom and gloom. These are some tough lessons, but apparently they need to be heard if this is your reading. So just, you know, use it to the best of your ability, whatever you can. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. But the advice here is that, you know, there are clearly obstacles here, so be prepared to slow down and wait. Upright, that's a fast-moving card. In reverse, it's slow-moving. It's slowing down. We've got this Pegasus. I love Pegasus. Clash of the Titans. The original is best. You guys should know by now that I'm all about classics and the originals, but because they're the best. Like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, and Whitey, and well, whatever. But Richard Gere keeps getting the penthouse suite. And she's like, why do you keep getting the penthouse suite when you're scared of heights? He's like, because it's the best. Duh. You know? So maybe that's, you know, how you feel about this person, how they feel about you. This also could be like a spirit animal as well, or something that you identify with. Somebody could be born in the year of the horse. 2, he's coming across as white or light blue. This horse is, and that has meaning as well. It's like pure intentions, wholeness, and being protected. So intend for those things and have pure intentions. Intend for your own protection, especially if you're dealing with someone like I've described. And be serene. Have mental clarity and compassion for yourself and this person through this process. It's like the serenity prayer, basically. You know, help me change the things I cannot change, and help me to accept the thing. Yeah, help me to accept the things I don't know. I'm going to write this down, right? Because I always flub this, but yeah, I guess I should have been in AA. I did have a best friend who was in AA. I used to drive her there every week, I think it was. But I never went inside, so I don't remember. Anyway. The serenity prayer is basically about knowing the difference between what you can change and what you can't, and then having the grace to accept what you can't change and having the courage to change the things that you can. Okay? So whatever you've manifested up to this point is already solidified into concrete reality, and at this point it's like pushing on the earth. Energetically going forward, you can manifest something different for yourself and from yourself, because it all comes from within you. But the advice here is to slow down and wait. You know, some of you are really eager and enthused about your person of interest. You've been watching pick a card readings and are telling you they're like on the precipice of, you know, of proposing or contacting or something. And if that resonates, cool, take it. But others of you, it's like this is saying that, you know, you need to curb your enthusiasm a little bit about your person of interest or your love life in general, because you really have no control over the circumstances of this person at present, or you believe that you don't, which is perpetuating the reality that you don't have control over them. So sometimes all you can do is ride out and wait, and maybe the rest period from this connection will be good for you. You guys have been together in other lives. You're presently together in other lives. You need a break from this person. They're tiring me out. So we'll see what else comes out in terms of like guidance and the extended, but and here too, because even though that clock went off because you guys had a longer reading than the previous 2, I'm going to get you Romance Angels and another couple cards as well. If you like the reading and it resonates, please hit the like button, or if you just like it. If it's totally not resonating, but it's a wonderful story, hit the like button and subscribe. If you'd like a reading that is more likely to resonate with you, my contact information is in the description box down below. So tell us more, Spirit, for group 3. What other guidance or advice do you have for them regarding this person? Did one fall? Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. We're not surprised. It's saying release this person. If this person's your ex or not, there's energy that needs to be released. The time has come to clear your energy. That was what I was talking about, like letting go here. Be prepared to slow down and wait. Not wait as in sitting at home waiting, obviously, but like taking the emphasis and focus off of, you know, wanting to change this person now or get something out of this now. This is about surrendering control and writing things out. So the way that you can do that, like the card recommends, is just like writing a letter to this person, especially if they've really hurt you or just whatever you want to say. And then getting it off your chest, and then taking the letter and burning it like over a grill outside or some other fireproof, emphasis on fireproof surface, as a symbolic way of letting go, like sort of kind of like cutting the cord from your expectations for this situation, cutting the cord from whatever about the situation is creating the resistance in the connection. Okay, so there's a release that needs to take place. We've got playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So if you want romance, more romance in this connection or in life in general, they're guiding you to be more playful and lighthearted. So there's an intensity to this connection that needs to be released regardless. And embody playfulness. You may meet somebody new, or it may, you know, improve this connection if you take a more playful approach towards it. And yeah, somebody could be needing to release an ex, because if it's a third party, like I said at the beginning, could be for some. You know, we see breaking free from that, which is good, because like your person is unhappy for what they settled for. Whoever settled is unhappy. Got quiet time. Okay, so guiding you to take some quiet time. It's basically get out into nature, sit with your thoughts. Your guides have some important messages they want to communicate with you. The back of the deck, we've got laughter. So tell silly jokes with a friend, play with children, watch a stand-up comedian, watch a favorite funny movie. When we laugh, we relax, and when we relax, we're better able to hear the voice of spirit our intuition. When we relax, we're more emotionally stable, and when we're more emotionally stable, we're in the receptive state to receive our desires. So you need some peace and quiet. I'm going to read from the book real quick on that quiet time. It says you need some alone time away from other people and environmental noises. Even a brief respite would be extremely rejuvenating for you. So you're stressed, guys. If you have fatigue or depression, anxiety, appetite, weight issues, addiction, sleep disorder, irritability, fill in the blank. This is asking you to honor your body and soul by spending some quiet time alone as soon as possible. Could be going on a silent retreat, spending the day at a lake, beach, or in the mountains, taking a hike, or visiting a day spa. Or you could even turn off your phone and put a do not disturb sign on your door and take an afternoon nap, a long bubble bath. Oh, I love long bubble baths, especially in those old giant clawfoot tubs. Those are the best. Anyways, or read your favorite book. Regardless of the form that your quiet time takes, the fairies just ask that you keep this promise to yourself without delay. So an affirmation you can say is, I now give myself permission to be silent within and without. My mind is quiet and I enjoy my own company. And the affirmation to get what you want in the situation in your love life. What would Spirit tell group 3? What is an affirmation they can say to help their situation? An affirmation for group 3. You can't make this stuff up. In stillness, I receive. So do you need guidance on the situation? Are you confused by this person? They seem like a confusing person. Are you trying to make something happen that just isn't happening? They're saying, be still. Quiet time. In stillness, you receive. Back of the deck, I let the universe catch up with my dreams. So maybe you have been affirming, doing energy work, trying to manifest the situation. There's nothing wrong with trying to manifest a specific person. Anybody that says anything to the contrary doesn't understand what they're talking about. But you might be, see how she's got her hands on her heart? Trying to protect your heart, blocking it subconsciously, or just letting like the hurt get in the way of this happening. Maybe you're just growing impatient. So the universe needs to catch up with you. There is a lag in the 3D. We create a reality through our thoughts, feelings, and vibration. And then the 3D catches up. So this is saying be still. You have to be still in order for it to catch up with you, right? Stillness within. So less anxiety and stress, more relaxation and laughter. I'm taking it over to the extended, guys. I'll see you over there. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.